A cognitive neuroscientist is somebody who looks into the human brain to understand how it works, the way that we think and see and emotionally respond to things, but what is the underlying neural representation of that? For me, I was very much focused on visual cognitive neuroscience. I can remember as a child always trying to understand, but why? Why do we like this? Why do we pause here? Why are we looking at that? And actually, in my studies, when I started, I was looking at very low-level visual information, so at stripes and at luminance and these very basic properties of perception. As my studies blossomed, I started to look at faces and then at objects and then really at images as a whole. One of the things that I've been deeply interested in for my entire career is images of the everyday, how do very subtle image features inform choice. My thesis actually asked the question, is anything in our visual world ever neutral? Neon evolved out of university. So we had spent 10 years at Brown and Carnegie Mellon and Massachusetts General Hospital trying to understand how does the human brain see images and how does what we see influence what we choose and what we do. And after a number of years of research, we were able to take an image and predict the likelihood that somebody would choose that image. And so 3 years ago, we decided to take that research out of the university and build a product that allows us to select massive amounts of images in real time. Now we have a software product in the market which relies on this computational model of the human brain that allows us to dynamically select images that are going to drive engagement. Oftentimes, if there's a particular brightness in the image, it will draw the user in. And we've seen images like this from the Super Bowl, where we might have floodlights onto the field, to the brightness of an explosion happening in a war-torn area. And what's really interesting is to see two images that are very, very different in content, but have the same kind of underlying perceptual features which are driving engagement independent of what the image type is. The way that our brains are processing images is we will start by getting a very, very low-level gist, and then we will fill in the details. The context in which we are seeing the image will inform how we perceive it. Images are really, really important for news publishers. They connect us to the emotionality of what is happening. Footage being taken from journalists, from user-generated content. Even now drones are collecting footage, and so we have an event that happens in the world and we have hundreds of thousands of images or video frames that we can choose to represent that story and share that story to the world. Leading news organizations in the US and globally use Neon software to help them select and surface the best image to tell their story in real time.